Hi, Tim. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Robert. It's good to be here.
Tim, I mean, you're from the Sirdar Group, and the Sirdar Group is really awesome in terms of you people are so successful in getting privately held companies to really be enormous in terms of their success and their reach and their profitability and their growth. And Tim, that's what you guys at Sirdar specialize in, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm very much focused on the boardroom. So we talk about boardroom performance. But yeah, I suppose internally that's what drives us. So we focus in the boardroom because we recognize that, particularly for a private business, that if you don't get what's happening at the highest level, in other words, in the boardroom right, then it's very difficult to get the rest of the organization right. So our promise, and we'll talk about this on the webinar, is to have a meaningful economic impact. So the best way to do that is work with companies that are making a meaningful difference and help them and support them to have a proper economic impact. Do they employ more people? Do they support their suppliers better, their clients better, so they can grow, so that we spread that influence as much as we possibly can? And that's what South Africa needs. I was in Sono yesterday. We've got to find ways of creating jobs and also helping companies to become more sustainable so they survive and we don't lose jobs. So that's what drives us. So starting in the boardroom and then doing everything we possibly can to make a meaningful economic impact.
And Tim, sometimes it's not about the companies which are already there, isn't it? It's about those which have so much potential and yet they're just not harnessing it or not um, just not reaching those levels of extreme success which you people talk about and which you people guide companies to achieve.
Yeah, I think it can be a company that's only been around a few years, or it can be a company that's been around for 30 years, but they're just, as you say, they're not fulfilling their potential. They're either held back by the founder or they're held back by just not thinking big enough, or they just haven't got their processes right. I mean, there's all kinds of reasons why they're not achieving that potential. But if you can somehow unpack that and release that and let the business expand to the level it has the potential to be, then you start making a huge difference to all of the people involved, all of the stakeholders involved.
And it's really all about, and that's what this topic's about, this pillar 5 of the financial A4E business financial mastery education campaign. It's all about setting a strategy, and once you've got that, a plan to get there, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's very much so. The name Sirdar comes from the lead Sherpa on a mountain expedition. So the analogy is that building a business is like climbing a mountain. And if you want to climb a big mountain, you need to be prepared. So you need to be prepared at base camp. And that's what the role of the Sirdar is, to make sure you have the right team, you have the right training, you have the right equipment, you have a plan, a map to climb the mountain. Then we go with you up the mountain and lead the process, lead the journey up that mountain, and help and support you to see avalanches coming and avoid those avalanches so that ultimately you achieve your summit. And you may want to climb Everest, or you may just want to climb Table Mountain. That's up to you as a business founder, and it's up to the potential of the business to decide how big that mountain might be. But you still need someone to guide you. And all too often as business founders, we get halfway up and realize that we're not properly equipped. It's cold and wet and miserable and we're wearing a t-shirt. It's happens so often, both in business and the reality of literally climbing a mountain. And we just need to just do the right thing and take a step back, make sure we've got everything we need for the next push, and then make the next push. Don't just keep forcing it when we know that the rest around the corner we're going to fail because we're not ready.
And Tim, that's what's really awesome about you and Sirdar and what you bring to the party is that so many business owners, and when we talk about privately held companies, the board, if we want to talk about that, which may be a single person, it may be a few people, and yet they get so often immersed in the operational side that they just don't see the wood from the trees, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you're so close to the problem that you just cannot see the opportunity on the other side, or you cannot see the way around this problem that will take you to the next level. So one of the things we promote is to bring in independent directors into a board, because as an independent director, it's often really easy to see past that wall, past that blockage, so that you can actually get a much better perspective of where the business should be going, what the opportunities are that will take that business forward, because you're not so close to the detail and you're not so immersed in the operational challenges. You have that space to look strategically and say, look, actually, we should be in this forest, not this forest, and move forward.
Gee, Tim, thanks very much I mean, it's so awesome to have a company like you guys on board with this campaign, and your experience and passion for this and the whole Sirdar group. Thank you so much for being on the show, and we're really looking forward to taking our participants to the next level. Thanks so much for your contribution.
Yeah, it's been great to be part of this, and I'm really excited about the upcoming webinar. So thank you for the opportunity, Robert.
Awesome, Tim. Okay, cheers for now.
Cheers. Bye for now.
Bye.